All right, everybody, you know what time it is. Come on, what time is it? It is time to get into the Christmas spirit. And today is December 11th, 2021. On this very day, in 1944, a very influential woman in my life was born, and her name was Brenda Lee. The reason she had so much influence on my life is because I, to this day, have the corniest visions of my grandmother dancing around the Christmas tree to Brenda Lee Christmas songs. We had the album and it got played over and over and over again. And when I lost that album, I tried to replace it and was never able to. Now there's the internet and I can find her songs anytime I want to. And I'm taking full advantage of that.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple's tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly, rocking around.
Brenda Lee was quite a feisty little lady. She stood only 4'9", and people make jokes about the fact that her and Dolly Parton had been friends for so many years because Dolly had finally found somebody who was shorter than she was. But Brenda Lee had a big voice and a lot of ambition. From the time she was 13 years old, she was on the stage in entertaining people. She was the sole breadwinner for her and her mother after her father died at a very young age. And she got into all aspects of the entertainment industry. She made it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Country Music Hall of Fame. She was an actress. As a matter of fact, she played as a guest star on Make Room for Daddy. And I don't want you to think, just because I'm playing a lot of Christmas songs today, I don't want you to think that's all she did. I mean, this woman was phenomenal. And Taylor Swift just did a cover of her song, I'm Sorry. So, you know, I don't think she gets the credit that she deserves. So I'm glad I'm doing this today.
Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock.
Brenda Lee signed with Decca Records in 1956. After that, her mother and her moved to Nashville, and she was playing show after show. She was in the Grand Ole Opry on a regular basis, and she was earning quite a bit of money, but most of it was going into a trust for when she turned 21. So her and her mother were still living in poverty for most of the time. God, that would really suck, wouldn't it? I mean, like, you know, you're making all this money, but starve for now. You know, we don't care.
It's a marshmallow world in the winter when the snow comes to cover the ground. It's a time for play, it's a whipped cream day. I wait for it the whole year round. Those marshmallow clouds being friendly in the arms of the evergreen trees. and the sun is red like a pumpkin head. It's shining so your nose don't freeze. The world is your snowball, see how it grows. That's how it goes whenever it snows. The world is your snowball just for a song. So get up and roll it along. It's a yummy, yummy world made for sweethearts. Take a
Like most of the country music artists in that time period, Brenda Lee grew up very poor. Her family moved around to a series of houses that were basically 3 rooms and had no running water. The one thing she did have, though, was a battery-operated table radio. And by the time she was 2 years old, she could whistle the songs that she'd heard from the radio. And at 3, she was going into the local ice cream shop and she was entertaining customers so that she could make money to help support the family. So I think she kind of knew what her calling was.
Make me feel you still love me. If it's just for one more day. Break it to me gently, so my tears won't fall too.
I figured I'd at least play one Brenda Lee song that wasn't Christmas song. And there you have it. It's Break It To Me Gently. That was also done by Juice Newton later on. And both of them were fairly successful. Now, Break It To Me Gently was a hit for Brenda Lee in January of 1962. And in case any of you have any questions about what's going on with Brenda Lee these days, she's alive and well, living in Nashville. She's lived in Nashville for years. She does a lot of work for her community, and she still does a lot of shows in Nashville. But she says that she's just happy being a grandma and doing grandma stuff, and I can totally understand that. So right now, I'm going to go do grandma stuff, because it's Christmas time.